Field umpire extraordinaire. You made the great Lucas Holmes look ordinary.
Jake Lowe was hoping that someone took a photo, and I was hoping that someone hadn't.
No, I certainly didn't.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Pasterfield Complex in Cameron Park for the first of two wonderful representative fixtures between AFL South Coast and AFL Hunter Central Coast. My name is David Redden and my partner in crime is the great Lucas James Holmes. Welcome back, Louis.
For more than once today, David. Yes, it was. And we'll get into that a bit later when we have the time. But always a privilege and a pleasure to be broadcasting representative football once and always alongside you, David, so it's great to be here.
Second time doing women's representative football. We did a women's game a couple of years ago at Adelaide Street. First, we have 3 or 4 minutes to go straight into the teams as Caitlin Holland leads the AFL HCC side out. Lucas, could you please do me the honour of reading up the HCC side?
AFL Hunter Central Coast, David. 1, Emma Jane Howe. 2, Taylor Wilkes. 3, Taylor Joyce. 4, Megan McDonald. 5, Arizona Cross. 6, Rosen Ronan Yates. 7, Morgan Ross. 8, Kate Booth. 9, Matisse Corin Parker. 10, the skipper, Kate Holland. 11, Ashley Page. 12, Molly Simpson. 13, Rebecca Ives. 14, Alexandra Pearce. 15, Kanisha Murray. 16, Amy Pittman. 20, Sarah Burns. 21, Talia Thompson. 22, Jocelyn Kelleher. 24, Gemma Astley. And 26, Emily Bowen, David.
Lucas, could you, before I read South Coast, please give us the 7 umpires?
The umpires today, David. Field umpires Rachel Robertson, Tom Stewart and Josh Spain from AFL South Coast. Boundary umpires Scott Donnett, Kyan Everson. Goal umpires Andy Baldwin and Shane Lowndes.
The great man stats up there in goals. AFL South Coast, number 1 Kim Chan, number 2 Michaela Sheehan, 3 Emma Dowes, 4 Rani Sosai, 5 Nellie Hicks, 6 Samantha Weir, 7 Bridget Callett, 8 Millicent Soames, 9 Catherine Gaskin, 10 Kelsey Hogan, 11 Michaela Allen, 12, Nicola Smythe, famous name in this part of the world, Lucas Holmes, Smythe. Lauren Myers, 13, Cassie O'Leary, 14, Romy Bradmore, 15, Sophie Phillips, 16, Shelley Gibson, 17, Jessica Thomas, 18, Jessica Lydiard, 19, Jordan Vandervoort and captain in number 20, Lucas, and Jacqueline Wilson's in 24. While we're here, massive cheerio out to Sophie Balcom, who'll be watching up there at Broadbeach. Sophie, missing you. I hope you and Jaden are going well. Hope you enjoy watching the girls go around today. Lucas Holmes, doesn't get any bigger than this. One of the interesting things is we don't know what's about to come in the next couple of hours. We've got absolutely no idea.
We don't, David. We've AFL Hunter Central Coast to put together the best we've got to offer in terms of women's competition. It'll be interesting to see what AFL South Coast, my experience, I don't have much knowledge or experience with that league, but it'll be good to see what fight they can put up to our girls today.
Lucas and I have been out in the middle. That cricket block, Louis and I were out there in the middle with stats earlier on. We reckon if we get a roller out, Lucas is going to take the new rock. It is hard as, isn't it, mate?
It's fairly hard out there, David, and we were having a look. The boundary size would be supremely big, as we were looking at earlier, as we were discussing.
It's a big ground. You don't get a sense, ladies and gentlemen, on the camera, how big a ground this Pasterfield complex is. It's a big setup. Huge square for cricket. And it's been marked in for footy, which is sensible. Lucas, I'm looking forward to today very much. We've got 2 games. We've got the men's game at 5 o'clock as well. Some plate scores for you from this morning while we're waiting to get going. Gosford 6-8-44, beaten by Singleton at Adcock Park 8-2-50. These are all plate games. Killarney Vale 13-9-87 in a great win over Muswellbrook. Our mate James Newburn will be very happy. G'day Jimmy if you're listening. 9-6-60 Muswellbrook. Warners Bay in the game umpired by Lucas Holmes 22-21-5-2. Wyong Lakes 1-1-7. Maitland 1-2-8. Newcastle City rolling along 25-17 167. Late Macquarie 4-4-28 and a good game of footy. Terrigal 7-12-54. And Cardiff 12-11-83 defeated Wallsend West Newcastle 5-6-36.
Just quick observation, David. It looks like Kate Holland's there at centre half back to the right of screen. So It looks like Hunter Central Coast will be kicking from right to left this afternoon, David. Yeah,
it looks like Rebecca Ives on the ball, along with, I think Megan McDonald's over here, the defensive quarterback in 4. I think Talia Thompson's starting on the ball. If that's Talia, I'm not quite sure.
Molly Simpson on the wing as well.
That's no surprise. And Ashley Page over there at the attacking side. Over here in the wing is Millicent Soames right in front of us. It's rock and roll time. Rachel Robinson's got the ball and we're away. Representative footy, Pasterfield Complex, AFL, HCC and South Coast. Away we go. Rebecca Ives, a very authoritative tap. Away comes Ash Page, thumps it forward. AFL, HCC starting straight away. Emma Jane Howe, she's lethal in there. Goes on the lift, squares it up. Gemma Astley takes a mark at 7.5 forward. Good start, Louis.
Quick, swift ball movement from Hunter Central Coast there, David. Just quickly, the quarter lengths will be 20 minutes. No time on at this stage, unless called for a stretcher, of course, David.
Gemma Astley, 35 out. Gets a decent bit of it. And what a start. AFL HCC. Goal, Gemma Astley, and they're very excited, swarming from all angles. AFL HCC, 1 straight 6. AFL South Coast yet to score. Lucas James Holmes.
Hunter Haval, looking for a feature-packed premium SUV for your family? Check out Hunter Haval Maitland and Brian Hilton Haval North Gosford for the range of affordable SUVs. Book your test drive today.
What a start. Rebecca Ives, a thumping ball from that first ruck contest. And South Coast will want to counter very quickly. Just waiting for everybody to get in position here.
And that's what that 6, 6 and 6 creates, David. Space from the backside of the centre clearance.
Ives again. Worked out of their Dows, trying to get the football for South Coast. Lovely hands. Megan McDonald's going to give that out. Molly Simpson on this left wing. Drives the ball forward. Morgan Ross in front. Can she turn around her right foot? Does. Little short kicks, not overly effective. Handball comes out. Morgan Ross beats a tackle. She's a chance, Louis! Pulls it left and a behind. 1-1-7. HCC. South Coast yet to score. 1.5 minutes gone. Pasterfield Complex. Bar TV. Lucas Holmes, Kendall Clausen, David Redden with you. And we'll be here with you all afternoon. Calling the men's game at 5 o'clock as well. Cannot wait. Rev footy. Fantastic. Ball out here towards Soames. Almost marked there at the back by Page. Can't pick it up. In and under was Dowes. Almost holding the footy, I thought. Good tackle in there made by Lydiard. Umpire says mine. On the arc, 50 out. Half forward flank, HCC. Up goes Ives. No, get beaten that time. Well beaten that time. Out there's Dowes in tree. Lets a long ball down the line. Well picked up. Can she get a kick to it? Can. That was, I think, Kellett in 7. Ball comes out here. Good defence. Thompson. No surprise she's sitting out there. Coram Wilkes in 2. Local Cardiff player. Great smother. Anyone's ball. Chasing's Megan McDonald. Should go off the hands. Does. Rebecca Ives dumps it forward. Gemma Astley. Chest mark. Well done. What are you saying, Luke? You should spread right?
Overlap on the outer
that's
side.
Infraction on the mark. Should have been 50 metres. Emma Jane in front. Emma Jane Howe. That's holding the ball. Stephen Bloom. Perfect position. Sorry. That's Tom Seward. And good tackle there made by Van der Voort, the skip, in 20. Goes out of flank. Numbers. Should have been a mark taken by Arizona. Couldn't quite grab it above her head. Emma Jane, chest mark. Late Macquarie forward in very good. She was outstanding at Fairadale, Louis Island. Goes square. Opens a play up. Well done. Picks up Molly Simpson, drifting forward from the wing. And speaking of Molly, I love the game. She was very keen, Lou. Really looking forward to playing today. Molly's going to kick this from about 25, 30 metres out. It's a magnificent day. It really is glorious here at Cameron Park. Simpson shanked that right, I think, behind. AFL HCC 1-2-8, South Coast yet to score. 3.5 gone. Lucas Holmes.
Very fast start from AFL Hunterston Grace, David. You let see AFL South Coast on the ball. This ball's gone the outer side and intercepted there from Simpson once again. Simpson goes directly inside looking corridor. Ball will be trapped in there from AFL South Coast, forcing a stoppage about 25 or 30 metres directly in front of their goal with about 4 minutes gone in this first quarter, David.
Rebecca Ives in the ruck here, along with Michaela Allen. Allen beat her last time, Ives. Allen with a lovely left hand, gets it down. Dow's trying to pick it up. Dumped out the way by Gemma Astley. Gemma gets it out. Rebecca Ives goes back to quarterback. Megan McDonald goes wide. Looking for Amy Pittman, who's been in great goal-kicking form for the Wallsend West Newcastle this season. And Pittman might test her for distance, Louis. Oh, that's a nice effort. And pulled left, I reckon. Another behind. HCC 1-3-9. South Coast yet to score. 4.5 gone. First quarter, Pasterfield Complex, Bar TV. Remember, we've got both games live on Bar TV today, 3 o'clock and 5 o'clock. My man Lucas Holmes here with me as always. Hello, Tim. How are you? Tim Cotter, one of the coaches of the AFL HEC men's side, just coming past us, clocking in. Ball goes wide. Out there in front of Chan. How ducks under that, almost holding the ball, I thought. Arizona, deep in the pocket, squares it. Contest marking now with Burns was Vandervoort. Now, throw, Louis?
Yes.
Yep. Skipper again, I think. She's got a lot of touches early on Vandervoort, deep in defence. Howe comes onto the mark. Vandervoort out there in the wing. Sorry, halfback flank. Ball falls short. Good tackle, Arizona. Oh, holding the ball. She's decided that. No, fair enough.
Holding the man, David.
Samantha Weir holding the player, Louis.
Yep. Holding the player. Beg your pardon, yes.
Oh, that should be interference, not paid. Burns out there, 1-on-3. If she can get a stoppage, she's done really well, and she will. Great work, Burns. She's done an outstanding job in a 1-on-3 to gain a stoppage for her side. Just outside the arc, over near the telegraph pole. Northwestern corner at Pasterfield. Ives gets that one down. Murray will be in the ruck shortly, I'd imagine, to give her a break. Megan McDonald squares the ball up. Looking for Alexandra Pearce, who's got a thumping right foot if she can get on her feet. She can't. Trying to grab that ball in. In and under's Myers. Smothered brilliantly. Coming back there was Sosai, I think. No, 2, that was Sheehan. Holding the ball. One-hand handball. Should have been paid a free kick to South Coast. And the umpire says, I'll have that. Thank you, Lucas.
It was wonderful offensive pressure there from Alexandra Pearce getting that smother, David. Otherwise it would have been a clear clearance to get South Coast out of trouble.
Back to Allen and Ives, who are having a great battle to start. Ives tries to grab it and misses. Well, no, she can't have been defeated by the sun. The sun's in the wrong angle. Ives coming back again. Gets that back. That's coming out from Ash Page. Howe leading the way. Oh, good hit. Chan did very well to hold her feet there. And she's a natural left footer and dumps it down the line. Superb football, Chan. Finds Allen out there at halfback on the outer side. Another good pass. South Coast putting together some good play here onto the wing. What have they got up forward, Louis? Touched out of there. Good contest. That's Wilkes with the left foot. Dumps the ball down long, as she does so often for Club Cardiff. Vandervoort gets it to ground level. Rove Megan McDonald off to Gemma Ashley. She's already kicked one. Smothered brilliantly, Vandervoort. Can Gemma pick it up? Uses that big frame. Beats 2 or 3. Gets it going forward. Well played, Ashley. Now Burns has got time. Dangerous and just misses. Hunter Central Coast may rue this later on. They're 10 points, 1-4. South Coast, 7.5 gone, yet to score. Lucas James.
Very well done there by Vandervoort in the back half. 2 or 3 efforts keeping AFL South Coast in the game so far, as well as Chan in the back half also doing some very good work.
Arizona tapping it forward to Burns. In then under there's Kellett doing a good job. That should be over the shoulder. Missed. Gets the ball out to Sosai. Gets it going. Just gets it out before it was smothered. Ives in front. Tries to take a chest mark. Gets away. Oh, good tackle. Phillips. AFL South Coast coming right back in. It's good hard rep footy this is. Kate Holland coming forward. Nark not paid. It wasn't 15. That's more than 15. Player in front. Trying to get that ball out to Wilkes. Kate Holland's on her own. Really well done there by Gaskin in 9. Amy Pittman loves getting in and under. Ball smothered. Thompson goes past her. South Coast could be away here. Down the line, being held up. Talia Thompson with that red hair. Out of there comes Weir. In there with Arizona. Zona puts a tackle on effectively. Ash Page just gets a kick away despite strong attention. Chan, that was interesting handball, paid legally. Out of there comes Hogan. Goes to the left foot. Good bump. Megan McDonald showing a Giants training experience. Thompson should go long and does. Howe in front. Can she use her speed? Emma Jane gets a handball out. Good tackling. Vandervoort's been outstanding, Lucas Holmes. No wonder she's skipper. Ball comes out. Page taps it out. Burns. Handball. Ashley. Gemma, can she get purchase on it? She can't. Emma Jane trying to get it out. Picked off by Weir. Good tackle. Burns again's got a chance in the pocket. Sarah Burns. I reckon that's a goal. Wonderful kick from the snap. Sarah Burns. HCC 2-4-16. South Coast yet just gone. 9.5 gone. Lucas Holmes.
Belmont 16-footers Sailing Club. Located on the picturesque Lake Macquarie, Belmont 16s is one of the premier venues in the Hunter region, offering the very best in dining, promotions and entertainment. For all the latest news and promotions, visit 16s.com.au or find us on Facebook, the home of AFL Hunter Central Coast.
9-10 minutes gone now, halfway through quarter number 1. AFL HCC finally getting a goal after a lot of pressure. Vanderboord's been outstanding, and also Allen's been impressive in the luck. She's out leaping lives. Be interesting to see when Murray comes on, see how she goes against Kanisha. Ives and Allen. Allen with that left hand, and she's covering Ives at the moment. Handball should come out, can't get out, does. Gets a kick out towards Ash Page, not 15. Wamboozling about. Someone's lost a right boot, I think. It's red and white, although there's a lot of red boots out there. Out the back, Ives getting a lot of the football. Goes wide. Lovely pass, actually. Off towards Burns. He looks very lively. 1-on-3. She needs to get a stoppage. Could have been a bit lucky not to have made an attempt there, actually. But anyway. 10.5 gone. Lucas Holmes. South Coast need to get the ball in front of their half. Allen again. Page smothered. Gemma leading the way. In front's Alexandra Pearce. She is a long kick. Goes long. Almost marked. Emma Jane's going to pick it up and try and put some footwork on. Morgan Ross back where she should be. Almost held without it. Burns. Ashley. Ball sweat comes out of there at the blender. It's all lots of pressure. Sheehan gets it out. Chan's leading the way here. They go soccer tactics. Effective. Good bump by Rebecca Ives. Molly Simpson. Beautiful tackle. Should be paid, and is Phillips. Well done, Phillips, down there at half-back flank. 11.25 gone. 16 points the difference in favour of HCC. Ball down the line. There's a lovely pass, actually. Megan McDonald's in trouble. We're slightly obscured here and out of bounds. Love the two sets of uniforms. They're great, Louis. We were saying earlier on.
They are, David. Lots of pressure around the ball, as you'd expect. Is that a free kick being paid?
I don't know why. I wonder if that's for off the field stuff. I thought that was out of bounds. Anyway.
And there must be an umpiring change as well, David, because that was Stephen Bloom there just in shot.
Thank you. I thought it was Stephen earlier on, yes. Yep. A lovely step. Kelleher. Jocelyn's been in great form for Kalani. She was outstanding last week. Should be a chest mark. No, missed. They paid that mark.
No,
That's Morgan Ross.
They've stopped the play for the injured player coming across here.
That's Morgan Ross. She was tackled up there at the square and went down, and she's not in a good way, Lucas. That's a left ankle by the look of a left foot. Ryan Stanton helping him off. So now, has play been stopped? Is that a ball up, Lucas, under the rules? It must be.
It is, and that's what the umpire is calling for.
Now, theoretically, Morgan Ross can't come back on. She wasn't carried off.
Yes.
Theoretically.
Okay,
ball up coming. Let's hope Morgan's okay. Kanisha Murray's onto the ball. Allen still beats it. Chan gets a hand. Oh, gone! That's surely gone, not paid. Corin Parker in there. Big ball. Could be through from behind. No. Lots of pressure. Kanisha Murray trying to pilf the ball like a thief in the night. Another chance. Murray gets the hands out. Very strong upper body. Sets up a goal! I think that's Zona, is it? Yeah, yep. It is Zona. Arizona cross a goal. Great work, Kanisha Murray. And I think it's 22. Is that right, or 23 once Zona's in 5? Jack the Beast will be very happy. If you're listening, Mono, g'day, mate. AFL HCC 3-4-22. South Coast yet to score. 13.25 minutes gone. Past the field complex, Cameron Park. On Bar TV, Kendall Clawson, Lucas Holmes and David Redden with you. Wouldn't be anywhere else for Quids. Rachel Robinson with the football. See how Kanisha goes jumping off 2 feet against Allen, although they've changed in the middle. That looks like Soso in the middle. Is she going on the ball or is Kellett? There's a whistle, and that's out the square. So that's one warning, I reckon. So Allen's come back from, is that Allen? No. Just getting that number right. I think it's Weir who's gone onto the ball here, and that's their warning, Lucas, because they're dragging one to go into the arc. Is there a spare play? There is.
Yep. So
this player on that, thank you, Kendall, that's the player that's got to go inside the arc, and that's one warning South Coast. So they've got no more left.
Correct.
We've got 6-6-6 now. You think I'd central umpired a bit. Murray and Weir. Lucas is crack up. We've got a story to tell later on, ladies and gentlemen. You're going to crack up when you hear it. Murray, well done, Weir. McDonald just gets it out. That should have been on the ball. That was 360. Out of there comes Sosai. 10 is Hogan. Out the back. 18 was Thomas. Is that pushing the back from their non-controlling? It is. And that's Megan, I think, in 4. So there has been a change in umpiring. Stephen Bloom is definitely out there, Louis. It's not Tom Stewart, is it?
No.
Simpson should have taken that one. Gets on it, back on her feet. Goes left. Joyce. That should go out of bounds in front of Alexander and does in the half-forward line. I will get you at quarter time, Lucas, to go and give us an injury update on Morgan Ross, please, if she's done for the day. Yep. I can't actually see her at the moment, so she's obscured from me.
Do you also, I can see the AFL Hunter Central Coast players wearing black armbands as well, David. Would you like me to check on that also?
That is for the loss of Josh Lawler, one of the assistant coach's fathers who passed away yesterday. So sympathies to the Lawler family. From Lucas and myself. Murray, a double hand, as she so often does. Page, brilliant football, actually. Kelleher, Kalanivar, Wyong Lakes. Ives in the front! So Rebecca's gone forward, full forward, and she's actually surprised she's taken that. Looking at her face. Now, her Wyong Lakes mates teammates told me last week I had to call her Big Bird once on air. So this is the Big Bird, Rebecca Ives. Hello, Rachel Potts, if you're watching. Ives misses, I think.
Center of the goals. It will be a goal.
I think it was shanked. So goal to Rebecca Ives, and we'll get you a score update once I put my scores down. 4-4-28, I think. Yeah, it is 4-4-28. HCC South Coast yet to score. 16 minutes gone. Lucas.
ISC have been at the cutting edge of designing and manufacturing apparel from grassroots to elite sporting teams for over 20 years, and are proud to be the preferred apparel supplier of AFL Hunter Central Coast for the 2019 season.
Amy Pittman onto the wing in front of us in 16. She's been matched up by Cassie O'Leary in 14. So it's Weir and Murray. See how Murray goes jumping again off 2 feet. Weir out jumped to that last time. They've got some good rucks, these South Coast players. Weir again over Murray. McDonald can't quite get control. Kelleher chasing. Great tackle and gone. Outstanding tackle. Josh Kelleher's been, she was brilliant last week, Lucas, for Canova. She really was. Lucas was on at Singleton last week and couldn't join us. Oh, lovely work. Megan McDonald gliding down the front as she so often. And 50, Louis. Whoa. That's an inch. Oh, so here they go. The umpire's indicated a tapping of the head. So he's indicated a high contact after the mark. If Stephen Bloom says that's what happened, then there's a pretty fair chance. Megan McDonald from point blank to kick HEC's 5th, and does. AFL HEC 5-4-34, South Coast yet to score, 17 and a quarter gone. Lucas James Holmes.
Awards Are Us. Established over 25 years ago, Awards Are Us pride themselves on the ability to supply high-quality work and personal professional service. David and Lisa are experienced in fulfilling the most complex needs of their clients. Special deals are available for all AFL Hunter Central Coast clubs.
Thank you, Louis. Very good start here. Other than the ruck contest, the HCC have gone very well. Murray, one of Murray's developing things is she has to learn to jump off one leg. Then they won't stop her. They just won't. Murray and Weir. Good throw. Oh, Murray that time one-handed. Well done. Weir's right up. She did a good jump at Weir. Out to Pittman. Takes a backward step. Kicks it forward. Goes about 40. Alexandra Pearce. What a superb tackle, Alexandra. And we've lost our cord there, Kendall. Oh, let's come back now. We're right. That was my bad. I actually stepped on it, so I haven't been stretching the legs. Great tackle, Pearce. Umpire said that'll be mine. Weir and Murray again. Murray's got the jumper that gets it out. Kelleher. Sorry, that's Ash Page. Burns trying to get in front. Arizona for 2 in the first. Got it. Lovely work, Zona. And another goal, AFL HCC, 6-4-40. South Coast yet to score, 18.5 gone. Lucas James Holmes.
CFM. The Central Coast #1 station for hits and old school is 101.3 CFM. Wake up with Gordy and Ashpile for breakfast. Full of pranks, real talk and passion for the community and local initiatives to start your day. That's the Central Coast #1 hit station for hits and old school. Star 101.3 CFM, David.
Not Star, C.
C, rather C.
My friend, we've
Excuse
been
me.
calling the other mob for a long time. That's okay. Not a
Excuse
problem,
me.
sir. Away we go again. HGC flying along. They've kicked 6. Short throw suits Weir. Great tackle again and gone. Kelleher's done it twice now, and that was on the cricket book, and that hurt her. Phillips. Kelleher wide immediately. They've got 60 seconds left, HGC. Zona all over the football. Thompson, good tackle, Arizona. Is that a whistle? No, it's not. I thought I heard one in the background. Page, Ash. And the ball comes into Rachel Robinson. We've got about 30 seconds left in the quarter, maybe 35. Last chance. Murray and Weir. Kanisha's got that with a double-hander and actually puts it where she wanted. Read well by Vandervoort. Being chased, Vandervoort again is going to get a second crack at it. Arizona out there is looking to put a tackle on. Picks it up eventually. Held in, and that might be all she wrote. We haven't got long left now. Very impressive start from Hunter Central Coast and South Coast. A little bit outgunned at the moment. You have to do some regrouping at quarter time. Lucas Holmes will be off like a shot in the night shortly to go and check on an injury for us. Murray, again, starting to really elevate in that ruck. She knows she's got a contest in there. And there's quarter time. And the siren is coming whenever Paul rings the siren. So we're continuing on. The siren hasn't rung yet. There it is there. Quarter time with Kate Booth with the football. AFL HGC 6-4-40. South Coast yet to score. We'll be back shortly here at Pasterfield. Kendall Clausen, our great man, our producer's got the cameras on. Morgan Ross is having Lucas a left knee strapped, and they're going to see if they can get her going again. So let's just hope that Morgan's okay, so they've got a full bench to choose from. Ryan Stanton there, Sean Riddell, Bobby's there as well, the great man. Just hope that Morgan's okay. She is standing, which is a... What did you get? Did you get a feeling from anything?
She said, Ryan did say if they can get it going, if not, it'll be the end of the day. So it'll be... Morgan seems slightly optimistic that she'll get back out there, which should be a huge loss if she couldn't take any further part of in the game.
Agreed. Stay with us at halftime. We'll have a 5-minute break and come back for Conversation Corner. Lucas Holmes, I know you've got a few things you want to tell our viewers and talk about all things football. I can't wait for that. It's a highlight for us. We get a chance to listen to Lucas Holmes' insights on the game. It's always good. And, one thing I will let you know about is that as from next week, Lucas and I will be sharing some commentary. We're looking forward to that.
Very much so, David. Will definitely be a mouth-watering clash next week as well, David.
Both grades, Cardiff and Newcastle City. Lucas will be joining me from the plate game at Fayen, where you're doing Warners Bay and Maitland. So Lucas will be here about just a little bit before half-time, we think, but possibly right at the start of the second quarter. But we cannot wait. Cardiff and City in both grades here at Pasterfield. Should be a cracking day. And after that, we're off to Adelaide Street on the 1st of June to call a couple of Kalanavar games. One, Wallsend West Newcastle and Nelson Bay. So next 2 weeks, Pasterfield, then Adelaide Street. Perhaps a portent of things to come in the finals, Lucas. So I would suggest that both those grounds might be getting some finals at some stage.
And just a quick check of scores from various places, David. All tied up at the MCG. Collingwood without Jordan De Goey and Darcy Moore and St Kilda, about halfway through the third quarter. And Brisbane leading the Adelaide Crows by a goal at half-time at the Gabba.
Adelaide are vulnerable. They should be better than what they are. They've got such a good list.
Well, they've got Josh Jenkins is playing Sandful. Bryce Gibbs is out. They've got a lot of talent. They're just maybe struggling to find how to utilise it.
That grand final loss hurt them a lot
significantly.
More than I think people realise. And they didn't just lose, Lucas. They got touched up.
A very, very good Richmond side, David.
Much as I don't like Richmond, you're right. Beautifully drilled, skillful, big, tall. A couple of Brownlow medalists in there.
Yeah.
Of course, with Trent Cotchin getting retrospective. It's interesting that Cotchin and people still, to a certain extent, forget that Cotchin
won the medal, yeah.
And Mitchell.
Yeah.
Away we go, quarter number 2. Amy Pittman's on the ball now in 16. Murray down towards Pittman. Here comes Amy, gets a kick out, goes about 3 metres. Smothered. Jocelyn Kelleher, handball out. Under close attention. Good tackle, Molly Simpson. Held in and then drives her in. Should have been a free kick, I thought, to Myers, who did nothing wrong there at all in 13. Both players jumping off 2 feet. That's fascinating to watch. Murray over it. She's a very skillful player. Representing basketball, from what I'm led to believe. Hunter Sports High School graduate as well, Lucas Holmes, not far from your joint. Oh, very clever kick out, Kelleher. Simpson, he's going to try and get off to Pittman here. Pittman tried to put a smother on. Just had a yard behind her. Murray trying to pick it up. Where's Molly going with the hands, is she? Gets it out. This is the play you want to get it to. Taylor Joyce, left footer. Burns is looking lively all day. No, this is Gemma, I'm sorry. Drops the ball straight out without being tackled. Continue on. She'll try and get on the right if she can. She's such a strong player. Handball out. Read by Simpson. Molly Simpson. And it's rushed through. Called by our man Stats. That's a behind. Hunter Central Coast 6-5-41, and yet to score South Coast. We've got a minute and a quarter number 2.
They've been fairly good in front of goal in the end. Hunter Central Coast being 1-3 at one stage there, David.
Almost a cracking mark. How roving. She's dangerous from there. Can't quite get enough on it. Is that Rebecca up there? It is. Rebecca Ives handball off Burns. Sarah Burns misses. She'll be disappointed, Sarah Burns. She was 12 metres out. Feeding off a handball from Rebecca Ives. Oh, g'day, Jimmy Newburn and Drano Dane Amity watching at Adelaide Street. Thank you, fellas. Good to hear you watching us, and have a great afternoon. Congratulations on your win today at Adelaide Street. Jimmy and Drane Amity, 2 legends of our league, watching on. Kate Booth in and under, as she so often does. Murray is having a very effective game. Off towards Joyce. Uses the left. Perfect delivery. Out towards Wilkes. She's pushed off and gone. She's not without a chance in there. She's a thumping left foot kick. And it's going to be rushed through again. Another behind. HCC 6-7. And South Coast yet to score. Out this Combox side. Simpson, lovely mark above her head. Too far out to score, I reckon, for Molly. Goes short, listens to the voice. Well led. Howe's gone. Emma Jane a chance. Is she going to go check side? Does. And gets it too much of it. HCC 6-8. South Coast yet to score. 2 3/4 gone. Pasterfield Complex, Cameron Park on it. Lucas Holmes, a magnificent Newcastle Maze Day. It is just glorious here today. Oh, good mark. Wilkes, I reckon, in 2. Yeah. Now, Wilkes is a thumping kick, and she may consider herself a chance. Gets under it a bit. Puts it up the hot spot. Should be Mark Chan. Goes overhead. Simpson, can she pick it up? She couldn't be a chance from there. That is superb, Molly Simpson. That is quite brilliant. What an angle. Molly Simpson, this elite athlete. Hello, Mum, if you're watching. 7-8-50 HCC and South Coast yet to score. Lucas James Holmes.
Central Coast Physiotherapy Sports and Spinal Centre is helping keep AFL Hunter Central Coast footballers on the field all season long. As well as providing the best in injury treatment and rehabilitation, they also can supply all of your tape and trainer needs at the best guaranteed price.
Lucas Holmes, there's some skill, although she dropped it at start, but how skillful was that?
Very much so. Very acute angle there. Magnificent finish from Molly Simpson. Ball back to Stephen Bloom in the centre.
Allen and Murray. Murray's really starting to jump hard now. She realises she's got a decent opponent. Pittman in and under. That's Ash Page over the ball, trying not to go to ground. Kanisha Murray's almost been the BOG so far. Gets a handball out to Boothie. Kate Booth with one of her typical 35-metre grubby kicks. Goes along. Simpson, who can fly. Goes handball to her ex-teammate Gemma. Gemma's on her left. She'll turn inside. Too strong. Dumps it forward. In front. Picked up brilliantly. Kicked a goal. Misses to the side. Natisse Coram Parker. Lovely pickup. 7-9-51 HCC. South Coast yet to score. Lovely pass comes out here. Marked just in front of centre half forward. Van der Voort, the skipper, goes wide. Good mark taken way up there on the... and just going to get a number for you. I think that might have been Myers in 13. No mark. Thompson doesn't realise where the ball is. The ball just kicked forward. For once, Emma Jane Howe's behind. Ashley lurking with intent. Puts a shepherd on. Not getting around Gemma. And is there a tackle being made there? Oh, the umpire said, I'll have it anyway. So, ball up. Ashley's just ringing that left hand of hers. Murray. No, yeah, that was even Stephen, that one. Good contest. Murray again gets the hands free, gets it. No, in fact, the tackle falls off. Wilkes is on a natural. Can she get it around the hot spot? She can. Ives at the back will finish. Rebecca Ives, second goal for Beck. HCC 8-9, South Coast yet to score. Lucas Holmes.
Bar TV Sports. Bar TV Sports, the specialist in the live streaming and broadcasting of sport, including AFL Hunter Central Coast. Bar TV Sports, making your game the main game.
Don't forget, we're on Bar TV all afternoon. Double-header this afternoon. Women's rep, then men's rep at 5. Under lights, yellow football. Be cooling off a bit by then. I know we've both got our jackets on in the shades. Quite pleasant. At what is a ground that's exposed to wind? There's almost none of them. It's such a perfect... You cannot understand how good a day this is for football. I hope it looks as good on your screen as it is here. It's just glorious. To think that we're in late May. Lucas Holmes lives in Bathurst, and I'll tell you what, it'll be a lot colder in Bathurst this time of the afternoon, Louis.
You're not wrong, David. You are not wrong.
McDonald brilliantly picked up, in trouble. Eventually gets a kick out. She could have been pinged then. Alexandra Pearce will hit Molly with a handball. It's almost too fast. Pearce, very strong player. Well done, South Coast, actually. Lydiard with the footy. Chan has had a real crack. Myers can't pick it up. Chan comes back for more. She is a lefty. Good tackle again, Jocelyn Kelleher. Sitting at the back, Megan McDonald dumps it forward. And Gemma Astley crushes it to ground and recovers. Handball's out. Matisse Goran Parker's there in 9. Ball gets eventually out Myers. Little scrubby handball comes out. Beautifully picked up Molly Simpson. Goes wide. Alexandra Pearce gets off her feet. Gets a handball out. Kelleher. Played against each other last week. Up to the hot spot. Where are they? Rebecca Eyes. Matisse and Parker. Effective tackle. Morgan Ross is back out there, Lucas, in 7, which is great. Good mark taken. Wilkes is going to go. She fancies her chances from 40. And that ball sent Vandercam set on its end. Emma Jane. That's a goal. I reckon Emma Jane's kicked that from 5 minutes. Waiting for stats. That's a goal. Emma Jane's first. Emma Jane Howe. 9-9-63, South Coast yet to score. Lucas Holmes.
Subway Morisset. Subway Morisset is open 7 days a week. Breakfast, lunch and dinner. Training hours 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. Support local businesses. Subway. Eat fresh.
I missed that one. I'm sorry, mate. I was elsewhere thinking about football this afternoon, I must admit. So I apologise. I'll get that next time. So goal kickers so far, Beck Ives has 2, Arizona's got 2, and then a stack of singles. Emma Jane Howe, Megan McDonald, Molly Simpson, Sarah Burns, and Jim Rassley. When Megan McDonald gets the football, she's just got time. She glides. It's almost effortless for her. Well done, Rebecca Ives, back onto the ball. Brilliantly read by Kello. Comes back to Wyong Lakes' Ives. Emma Jane in front. Gets wamboozled. Goes to the soccer taxi, Van der Voort. Ives will have trouble, almost dragged out of it. Coming across is Phillips. Lovely handball out. Van der Voort under pressure. Out there to Kellett. Gets it forward. Dumped forward by Megan McDonald in mid-air. Lovely work there, Sosai. Brings it out wide. Talia Thompson a chance. Great tackle, Alexandra Pearce. Out that ball comes. In there's Arizona. She's trying to get rid of it. She's got one arm pinged. And Stephen Bloom says, that'll be mine, thank you. Rebecca Ives onto the ball. Short throw suits Ives, but out over the top comes Phillips. Megan McDonald, so much time, and that's almost holding the ball. It's a one-hand disposal, almost too much time. Pittman all over it, she'll pick it up. Has to go to ground. Trying to get it out, gets it out left hand. Good work there from Dowes in 3. Out of there from Joyce. Over to Ash Page, gets it forward. In front's Gemma, who's having a very big day. Too light, too quick to hands. Up back to Kelleher. Trying to get it out. In there is Joyce, and it's over the shoulder from Bloom. Lucas Holmes, perfect position from Bloom. Side on, 15 metres away. Couldn't ask for more. Kelleher dumps that forward. Alexandra's a chance. She'll recover. Shepherd coming from Emma Jane. Onto Alexandra's left. Where are the... Morgan Ross is there. Taylor Wilkes is there. Comes back to quarterback to Jim Rassley. She'll get on her right and dump it forward to the hot spot. 2-on-1 back there. Morgan Ross has got 2 to beat. Out there, great work, good thumping bump from Howe. Is that a tackle? Must have been ruled a tackle. Van der Voort, I agree with you, Lucas, I don't think it was. Van der Voort trying to get it out and eventually does. They're under pressure, the old South Coast, don't they?
Yeah, forward pressure and the pressure around the ground just in general from AFL Hunter Central Coast so far has been superb, David. Hasn't allowed South Coast to get any continuity in their ball movement apart from that passage in the first quarter.
South Coast are having a crack, Louis. They really are. They're tackling hard. They're doing their very best. Howe, left footer. Ives says no. That's Morgan Ross. Can she turn the corner? No. Ball goes about 4 metres. Arizona can't quite take the mark. In fact, didn't actually contest it then. She stayed down, which is an interesting decision. Going across the tackle, Chan, who's an effective left footer. Pittman reading this one. Gets an awful bounce. Puts a tackle on Myers. In comes Sosai. Great tackle. Who's that, Zona? I bet you that's Arizona cross under there.
Yep.
Yeah, it is. And getting straight up is Myers to a credit. Good tackle, Zona. 11 minutes gone. Hunter Central Coast up by 63. Even Steven in the contest there. Is that Phillips in 16? It is. And Rebecca Ives. Kanisha Murray and Jem Rastley having a day out today, and McDonald's been superb. We do have a subway to give today as well.
Simpson as well has been good so far.
Yep. Pittman can't grab that. Very disciplined. Actually hits Ives in the back. Meekta McDonald gets it out. Pittman trying to shark it. Good tackle. Fair tackle made by Dowes. And Pittman will get straight up. She will not give up. And Dowes has actually been okay in and under.
For South Coast, Chan's been good. David
Yep.
Van der Voort has been superb at the back.
They're the two. Rebecca Ives just gets a hand of that ball. For once, Alexandra falls off a tackle. Get down from Kellett. Here goes Booth. He gets a handball out, hits the target in Ives, gets the hands free. That's holding the ball. Very good tackle there in from Sophie Phillips. Really good. And Rebecca knows it. Is that verbals being given? No, it's actually the wrong play. It's 16 to make the tackle. Sosai's got the kick. Righto. I'll leave it for the umpire. That's fine. Down towards the combox wing. Page, Holland. That's out on the full. Should be Kate Holland's free kick. Holland's in 10 to skip up. Yep. Again, that's an incorrect decision. Kate Holland was close up, but anyway, we'll move on. The right, it's a free kick anyway. That ball's been shanked. Now, if that ball didn't go in, it did. Because that should be a throw-in. If that ball stayed out the entire time, it would be a throw-in. Yeah,
correct. So it must have gone into the field of play.
Play and then come out. So Stephen Bloom's right there. We're not. Renai Sosai's got another touch. Thumps the ball up high. Holland underneath it. McDonald in front. Holland trying to pick it up, staying on her feet. Kate, really strong core. Pittman's in there again as well as I'll bet you the last one up is McDonald, who's been close to the best player on the ground. Phillips at 16 for mine's been quite impressive in the ruck. She has a good leap. Ives, Phillips again beats her. McDonald, Sosai in and under, are obscured by the tent. Good tackle made. There's 3 or 4 players that made a tackle. Umpire says I'll have it, thank you. 13 and a half gone, 63. Lucas scores from Melbourne, please.
Collingwood up by 11, David, in a free-flowing lead with a game with lots of lead changes. Tim Membry has 4, Ben Reid has 3.
Okay, I'll get Brisbane Adelaide in a minute. We're back into action here. And a throw in. Coming in, 14 minutes gone, 63 points of difference. Lucas and I will have a 5-minute breather at halftime and come back for Conversation Corner. Lucas will probably give you a story about something that happened at Fane Oval.
Still half-time at the Gabba, David.
Thank you. Pittman thumps it forward. Good 40-metre kick from Pittman. Alexander will stay on her feet. Goes through. Howe goes to her knees. Arizona's at the back. In and under there. I think that's Joyce, or is that Kelleher? Arizona's on the left. Oh, it's actually Matisse, Core and Parker in 9. Pittman's gone onto the ball here. Alexandra's onto the right. See if Ives can get Pittman. No, she can't. Well picked up. That's almost a throw. Arizona's trying there, trying to get the football. Pittman's in and under that right down low. She's not very tall, our Amy. Out the ball comes. Well done, Sosai. He's got a lot of the ball this quarter, actually. She's got quite a lot of touches, Louis. Booth reading it well as she so often does. Taps it to herself. Now, Royce and Ronnie Yates are back. Well done, Kate Booth. Let's have a look at the kick. Yeah, typical Booth here. Link Stewart, mongrel punt. Out the ball comes. Hello, Link, if you're listening. Oh, good tackle. Well done, Joyce. Matisse is in there in 9. Out there comes to Bridget Kellett. Thumps it forward for South Coast. Boothie's got 1-on-2. Can't pick it up. She'll step onto her right. Gets it away. Clears the area. Out brilliantly towards Simpson. Molly's got a paddock. She can step here and put the speed off she wants. Shanks that kick. Burns back out on the ground. Good work, Burns. Puts it up to the hot spot. Where are the marking contests? Here they come. Ball off the ground. McDonald's at the back at quarterback. Pittman staying out. Now she's got to go. Well done, Chan. Big chase coming on here. Pittman stays on her feet. Now she goes to ground, putting a tackle on. Ball comes out to Phillips. Well done. Good tackle there from Page. Thump it comes out. Phillips again. Been good today. 18 was Thomas. This is Joyce. On a natural left. Goes wide. There's Molly again. They cannot leave Simpson alone. If they do, she will carve them up. Tap comes out. Well done in front was Myers. Grubber kicks very effective. Goes 50 metres. Joyce again. Can she pick it up? No. Might go with hands here. Can't get out. Boothie's in there. Phillips and also Allen. Chance for... Oh, great tackle, Kate Holland. Oh, she's paid a push in the back. Okay. She was behind. Don't think Kate's able to impress that decision. Off to... Is that Dow's in for now? It's 5. It's Hicks. One of the rare times for South Coast. Bowen's at the back there. Boothie's bundled off her feet. Emily Bowen in 26. Joyce in 3. Gets it out on the left. Looking for Simpson again. He's starting to get a bit more football on the wing. Gets a handball out just. Despite close attention from Lydiard. Oh, beats the tackle very well, does Hicks. Gets it going forward. Holland off hands. Bowen smothered. Chance for the Coasties. Rosen Yates is going to read this. Oh, good mark. Well done there from really good Mark Smythe. And she's got a chance to go back and kick South Coast's first goal this afternoon. Going through the process. She's no more than 10 metres out. Should be a goal. And his first goal of the day, South Coast. Nicola Smythe, well done. South Coast 1 straight 6. AFL HGC 9-9-63. 17 and a half gone. Lucas Holmes.
Tyre Power are proud partners of the NCCUA and community AFL umpires across New South Wales and the ACT. Right now, and exclusively at Tyre Power, buy 3 and get 1 free on select Toyota passenger and SUV tyres. The catalogue full of big brand savings out now. Visit tyrepower.com.au or call 13 21 91 for your local owner-operator.
The athletic figure of Kanisha Murray coming out back there. Also, Talia Thompson coming in. Now, there's a warning, I reckon. They've been too late with that interchange. So both leagues have their warning. Talia Thompson caught outside the arc. So both teams are on a warning. The next time they transgress, we'll have a free kick. Murray and Allen. Allen excellently with the left hand. Well read Murray. She's actually roving a lot of ball. Gracious me. I do not understand how she's had prior, but well done. Fair enough, Sosai. Got about 8 touches in the last 5 minutes, Sosai. Holland in front. Big, strong woman she is. Doesn't let anyone around her. Ball thumped forward. Wamboozles everybody. Who's in front? Chan, Pearce, Thief. Well done, Alexandra. Gets it forward. Howe should get a bounce here. Does. Emma Jane, is she going to look for kick the goal? No. Thumps it forward. Who's in front? Morgan Ross has that knee and she's moving okay, Lucas. That is great news.
Must have been able to keep the knee warm, David. Must have completed those run-throughs on the boundary successfully to get it back out there, which is good news all round.
Morgan Ross no more than 16 or 17 minutes out when she kicks it. 19 minutes gone. Slow run in. And I think that's missed. 9-10-64. She was too slow even. 9-10-64, 1 straight 6. Half a minute to go here at Pasterfield. We'll have a 5-minute breather and then we'll come back for a bit of a catch-up. Combox side. Sosai leading the way. Pittman. No, not Sosai, I beg your pardon. That's Hogan. Works Pittman out of it. And Gemma Astley chasing. Just manages to get the kick out. Kanisha Murray. Double-handed drop. Alexandra Pearce, very courageous. Drops it up forward. And they're not in front, Morgan Ross. Needed to be in front there. And they're actually saying that ball was touched. I think there might be a ball up here. No. I think that the players are saying that the other umpire called that touch. That's halftime. AFL HGC 9-10-64. AFL South Coast 1 straight 6. We'll have a 5-minute breather and we'll be back with you for a Conversation Corner. back to Pastor Phil, the Pastor Phil complex at Cameron Park. Lucas Holmes and David Redden with you with our conversation corner. Lucas, grab the microphone. We'll have a catch up and talk things. A couple of things. I'll run a couple of things past you. Where do you see in 2020? Where do you see the women's competition, given that we're calling women's game?
Yep.
Where do you see the competition being? What do you think will be how the competition set up in 2020, Lucas?
Well, it's very interesting, David. We've had a fair few play movements from the offset from last season to this season as well. So it's very interesting to see some plays move around to make some of the clubs that haven't been as competitive in the past to make them very competitive this season. I think that's the right way to put it. I think it's very interesting. It's becoming ever more important women's sport in our nation and society. In particular, AFL have been sort of at the forefront of women's sport and developing that in the past. So I don't see anything but bigger and greater things coming this way, David. And the way that the AFL Hunter Central Coast women have played in this first half, you can see why this league's been such a success.
Okay, I'll make a more pointed question.
Yep.
Do you think that there will be one division of women's football next year, or do you think that there's a chance of divisionalisation? Where do you stand on? I'm interested in where you stand with divisionalisation.
Well, I don't know how many teams we've got on the top of my head, but there is 15, and I think it's right to say that there is a fair discrepancy in the better teams and the less competitive teams in this league we have. And you think being that way, 15 teams, so that'd be, if you were to divisionalise it, which I don't know the way you would divisionalise it. I think having one league, I think, in my opinion, is the better move, because then, yes, you may have some more one-sided games on a week-to-week basis, but then the less competitive teams can take learnings and take maybe some key points to where they can improve on those from those more competitive sides we have in this competition.
Very interesting opinion. I don't necessarily agree with that. I can see a case for divisionalisation, clearly.
Okay, yep.
I'll give you an example why. Just say one of your younger sisters ends up playing football for Warners Bay or something like that, or Newcastle City, and they're playing with sides that are successful. And they end up being a decent footballer. When you're a good footballer, and one of the home sisters plays, because I know one of your sisters is quite a good athlete, you want to play as much competitive footy as possible, and that's the challenge of what we've got. And that's why I'm looking into the future, a little small part in the future. That's where we're going. But it's an interesting opinion. Lucas, some interesting shenanigans at Fane Oval this morning.
We had to call on outside member, or you probably can see where I'm going with this, ladies and gentlemen, but we had to call on a member from the football club to take some umpiring this morning, and David stepped up to the plate and did a very good job. Had some feedback from one Marty Ryman, so that's a good start. In all honesty,
I was being flattered.
Yeah, in all honesty, Dave, it was great to have you out there this morning. It was good fun. We've known each other for a fair while now, so it was good to have some on-field communication between the two of us in what was a fairly convincing win for the Warners Bay Plate side. But seeing the side they had out there this morning, it was easy to see why they had such a comprehensive performance.
Yeah, a huge amount of traffic in the Warners Bay area this morning, and the Wyong Lakes umpire was late because of terrible traffic.
Yeah.
So I just thought I'd step in and do an impersonation of an umpire. My mate's up there on the Central West to say, did you run much? And I can tell you now, guys, my legs are sore. I didn't do that much, but it was a pleasure. It was interesting to have a role reversal. Lucas Holmes very much my senior, so I work with Louis. I'm told that they could, you were telling me having a bit of joke with people. Did you hear me clearly enough on the field, Lucas?
I did. I had no issues with it. I had a very comical conversation earlier with Brant and Dean Jobe, who I've become very good friends with through this football league. It's quite a good laugh to say. You could hear David clearly having some communication with some of the players as spectators whilst he was with his goal umpiring duties, which he went through seamlessly, swapping from field to goal, which I also commend you for.
Thank you very much. No, it was a real privilege to work with you, sir, and it was great fun. That's what our football league's about. Sometimes you just got to jump in. I'm not giving myself big tickets on doing it. I've been a central umpire before when I was a 30 kilograms lighter and I'm a bit younger, but it was great fun. Pleasure to be out there with Lucas. But yeah, I tell you what, I'm paying for it now. I'm sore, man, with the legs and thighs.
It was quite a funny look, to be honest, ladies and gentlemen.
You got to tell them. You got to tell them the whole story.
To be honest, ladies and gentlemen, because of course he wasn't planning on central umpiring. He was umpiring out there in long blank pants and steel cap boots as well. So you did a fairly good job there, David.
God, I hope someone didn't get a photo. I shall. My missus and the family. Hello to the family there in Singapore at the moment with the granddaughters, and when I tell her, she's just going to crack up laughing.
So we're both batching it at the moment, David.
We are indeed. I'm enjoying having a couple of days away. Looking forward to the wife getting home this week. She's, as I said, they've got the 3-year-old and the 1-year-old, and our daughter Alyssa, and the family over in Singapore.
From what I understand,
in Singapore, so in 33 degrees. So hot every day.
We can't complain about the weather we've had today, David. It's been superb for the middle of May.
Magnificent. Not too far away from football here. Lucas Holmes and I will be back with you as well at 5 o'clock or 5 to be technically correct, Mr. Clausen. 4:55 we go on air for the men's game, do we not, sir? We'll have a changeover. Our wonderful cameraman and producer extraordinary, Kendall, who in his own quiet way has become an extremely important member of our side, and that's great to have him on board again every week, is it not, Lucas Holmes? He's a good man.
It sure is, David.
And is Miss Morales going to be here at all at any stage with us, Kendall, or is she gone for the night? I saw the great Lisa earlier on, who did some camera work for us last week. Now, Walls End West Newcastle's Lisa Morales, who, as I was explaining last week, Lucas, thanks to Mitchell Eden and Jimmy Newburn for filling in for you last week. They did a great job. But Lisa Morales' story about how she's playing football is quite inspiring.
So I remember a story that was put out, I'm not sure if it was last season or the season before, but it was a very interesting read, and say from her background, coming to play Australian football, it shows how good the game is from an overseas perspective as well, how people feel about playing our great game, which is wonderful to see.
It was a very interesting interview because my English is, I speak fast. Her English at that stage wasn't great. It was an interesting time. Just about ready to get going here. Hunter Central Coast up by 58. I thought they took the foot off the pedal the last couple of minutes and South Coast got back into it a bit. But looking like HSC are going to go away with this and put up a good win. I've been very impressed with Gemma Astley's speed and her movement. She looks fit to me. She's got no strapping on. And she's so strong. You imagine being some of these other players trying to tackle her. They're just not used to someone who's mobile. Of course, Gemma Astley, of course, is an Australian Indigenous cricketer. Went on the Indigenous cricket side of England last year. Very handy seam bowl, they tell me. And
gives them the very key target. So you have those sniping forwards like Emma Jane Howe and the forward to crumb at a feed as well.
Big, small, whatever else. Quickly, scores before we get going. Do we have an update? Gabba and G, please.
Gabba, the lines, which I know you've got it in front of you.
And, hello.
Varco
report.
And Langdon's out for the rest of the game with a knee injury as well.
Okay, Lions up by 14 and looks like Collingwood are home there, 19 points up. Lucas is very happy with that. We're just about ready to rock and roll. Here we go, second half of football. Lucas Holmes, Kendall Clausen, David Redden with you at the Pasterfield Complex in Cameron Park. Well done, Alan again. I reckon she's been very good in the ruck today. Turning around Kelleher, who's been sensational for a club this year, Killarney Vale. Megan McDonald, who just gets better every time we see her. She glides. Over here in front is Emma Jane. And as Lucas said, that crumbing forward. Burns, who's a very smart operator for Maitland. Morgan Ross can't quite take the mark out of her head. In fact, I'm not sure if it was meant for her, to be honest. Pearce, what a tackle! And Robertson's got her. Now, I've got to give Rachel credit. I called her earlier on for not giving enough time for her to hold the ball decision. That's consistent, and players can deal. They tell you when you umpire, just be consistent. Rachel Robertson, good job, consistent, and Alexander Pearce, who's one of the better tacklers in the league. Now that Sophie's gone, hello Sophie, if you're listening, mate. We miss you, Sophie. I hope you're going well up there at Broadbeach. Pearce, a little short stabby kick that wasn't overly effective, and another behind. 9-11-65, Hunter Central Coast, South Coast 1 straight 6. Cooling off slightly here, but it is still just delightful for football. 4 o'clock in the afternoon, it's about 20 degrees. You wouldn't be running anywhere else for quids in this beautiful city of ours in Newcastle. Pearce, Pittman with her. Pearce will turn around the right. Wonderful, was it high first? I think Robertson's giving that high first over Pearce's shoulder and has. Sosai just a bit high. Pearce should dispense with the short stuff and dump it. Does. Ross in front. Can't quite take the mark. puts a tackle on, 2 tackles on. Another good tackle, Simpson. Umpire says that's mine. No pride that time, I think, Louis. Good decision.
It was. Neil must be all right. Morgan Ross following up with those second and third efforts, so must be going along okay to make him moving around.
Emma Jane with a left foot. Misses. 9-12-66 AFL HCC. AFL South Coast 1 straight 6. Reminder that, and another reminder, men's football on it, 5-5. South Coast and Hunter Central Coast, live on Bar TV. Plays on. Runs a full measure. Brings it back inside the corridor. Murray can't quite take the mark. Myers handballs it straight to Molly Simpson. Handball goes back to Molly. Listen to that voice from a Newcastle City teammate. And again, Robertson consistent. I'm not sure if I agree because that wasn't prior. But the thing is, she has been consistent. They've got to get rid of it. Just think should be a prior in there at some stage. Mark at the back. No, over in front of Molly Simpson. Ball out here, just off centre wing. 60 points the difference. Murray and Myers, they're shielding their eyes from the sun. It looking right into it. Murray, well done, Myers. It's so unusual to see Murray getting beaten reasonably consistently. Kelleher. Now, what's the decision there? Kicking, dangerous play, South Coast. So Kelleher pinged against Sophie Phillips to take this kick for South Coast. Given back properly by Emma Jane Howe. You are allowed to give it back by hand. Chips it up forward, goes about 40 metres. Holland at the back. Thompson coming as well, trying to mark. Handball out McDonald, gets those hands free. Away to Arizona. Now, Chance Burns, can she snipe? No, gets an awful bounce on what is a very hard cricket block. Van der Voort, the skip, gets it forward. 17 was Gibson. Holland in there, lurking with intent. Booth goes to ground. Holland now goes to ground, gets the ball out with handball. That's a push in the back, I reckon, and should be paid. Was. Kelleher got Myers in the back. Gets it going forward, well into the hot spot. Booth a mark, and goes Boothie. Has a run. Dumps it as far as she can. Another helicopter from Kate. Van der Voort chips it forward. Kelleher trying to read the flight of the ball. That's a throw. Not paid. At the back, here's Booth. Thompson lurking. Holland goes, has to pick it up. Taylor Wilkes in 2. Almost could have been accused of holding a play. Should be a goal here. Out the back on her own. That is the second goal at Ada Smythe. How she's been left alone, I do not know. South Coast having a good last 7 or 8 minutes in this game over 2 different quarters. South Coast 2 straight 12. Hunter Central Coast 9-12-66. Lucas?
Hunter Haval, looking for a feature-packed Prim SUV for your family? Check out Hunter Haval Maitland and Brian Hilton Haval North Gosford for the range of affordable SUVs. Book your test drive today.
Bumped into Warners Bay President Todd Sheldon out there before the start of play. He was driving his beautiful Hunter Haval. Gee, it's a nice bit of kit.
On the road commuting from Bathurst to Newcastle the other day, David, passed a beautiful Haval H2 on my way home. An electric blue.
Just for those of you that don't know, Lucas does a lot of kilometres every week just so he can come and commentate us, but it is his love and it's his profession, chosen profession. Is it not, sir?
It is, David.
Murray gone. Should have been paid, not. Kelleher, yes, I agree. I thought that was holding the football.
No, different issue, which I'll raise in a minute.
Over the shoulder. Howe, good bump. Well done. Well written by Lydiard. Chance there, Murray. Leaves it for Pittman. In and under. Gets it forward. Emma Jane roving. Where are the other rovers? Well picked up Weir. Gets it out of only as far as McDonald. Gets her hands up. Pittman misses her. Amy goes down low. Interesting handball. Called legal. Runner's got to get out the way. Does. Dumps it forward. That will go out of... No, that's holding the ball then. And not paid. Lucas, your point?
So, Stephen Bloom's now gone off. That is David Parsons out there to the right of screen in 55. David. So, David Parsons now out on the ground.
Thank you. Holland, for one of her rare kicks today. She really hasn't been required much. Kelleher's been terrific. Well done, Arizona, to make a contest there. Well, surprised she almost didn't go soccer. Great work, Arizona. Kelleher forward. Alexander should go long. Tugs it left. Can that ball stay for Morgan Ross? It can't, and it's a behind. 9-13-67, Hunter Central Coast. AFL South Coast, 2 straight 12. 6.5 gone. Lucas Holmes, Kendall Clawson, David Redden with you, Pastorville Complex at Cameron Park. Hello, Jimmy and Drano watching at Adelaide Street, and everybody else down there at Adelaide Street watching us. Simpson gets a left foot out, I think. Howe decides to go soccer tactics. Murray on Chan over the shoulder. Slings up. And Chan's wounded there.
Nasty.
Yeah. In fact, that's not Chan, that's Dow's. I thought that was Chan. That's actually number 3, Dow's. My apologies.
That was called for time off as well.
Yep.
So I might as well stop that.
That could have been construed as a sling tackle, Lucas Holmes.
It could have.
Under the rules of football.
That was the issue. It was paid high to begin with, and the follow-through was the most concerning.
Correct.
But,
And
yeah.
And I wonder if she's coming up for an HIA. She looks to be okay, and well done, Dow's. Now, it's a rib. She's sore in the rib, so that's great. She's running well. That's good to see. I'm very relieved. Back to the action. Page, handballs backwards to absolutely no one. Simpson makes a contest. In comes Kelleher again. She just doesn't stop. It's like an Energizer bunny, Kelleher. Good tackle, Kelleher. Is that out in the 4? It is not, and it's out on the bounce. And it is 67-12, 7.5 gone. Hunter Central Coast up by 55 points. Murray in front that time, gets it, holds a body and holds a shape, gets the tap out. Holland thumps a player out the way. Left foot from Pittman, gets it out. Going to go straight down the line from Sosai. Thompson, everybody bamboozled there. Chance for Thomas. South Coast playing good football in the last 15 minutes. Booth, as always, putting enormous pressure on. Thompson goes straight over the top. Route 1 football. Out towards Joyce. Thumps it down left-footed. Kelleher chasing. Can she thump it forward? Does. Good option. Work coming in from Alexandra Pearce. And makes an effective tackle, I thought. Very lucky there, Brad Moore. Well done, Alexandra Pearce. Excellent contest. And 11. Ball tapped out. That's Brad Moore. Comes down here, Combox side and out of bounds again in centre wing. Sun's starting to rapidly leave us. Ives on and straight onto the ball. In front, double hander. Page hits a player in the back. Sosai gets the hands free. Ball goes about 3 metres in front of Pittman, who shepherds for Simpson. And 9 minutes gone. Lucas at 12. Can we have an update from the Wollongabba and the Melbourne Cricket Ground, please? Ives gets that one out to the left hand. The sun really bad there. Pittman, good tackle. Falls off that one, does Pittman. Well done there by Sosai, who's been very good today. That one might be out of bounds in the full in front of Taylor. It's either Joyce or Wilkes. It's a bit hard to tell from here. I'll call it as Joyce. What player comes 17 was Gibson, comes back on the mark. Thumpy kick, that was Wilkes, for sure. That's a great kick. What a kick to position. Taking Emma Jane Howe on the chest. Arizona running position. I think that's Gemma in front up there. No, it's not. Morgan Ross at the back. That was actually Matisse in 9. And the ball goes out over there in the half-forward flank. 55 points the difference. Halfway through quarter number 3. Well done by Allen, who's been very good today for South Coast. McDonald gets the hands free, goes back to Caitlin Holland. Square ball. Cross can't quite take the mark. Good contest. Should be a mark here to McDonald, she's such an improved player. Not that she was poor before, but. And out that ball comes Rebecca Ives, plays on straight away. This is the play you want to get that ball in front of. She's a great user. And Talia Thompson doesn't let me down, but Gemma Ashley's hands fail her at the last possible minute. Got a chase now, Thompson. Spreads wide. Tackle without the football, I reckon. Yeah, and paid by umpire Robinson. Talia Thompson has made the New South Wales ACT under-18 side, which is a wonderful achievement. Thompson, she's not without a chance from there. Dumps it forward. Where are the Rovers? Ross in a contest. Almost smothers it. Well done, South Coast. Gemma Ashley, wamboozled by the ball. And held in. That's out now. Out the ball comes Poran Parker. Well done, South Coast. They're very urgent and desperate up there. Pittman will come around on the right if she can. Goes on a hand with a handball. Finds misses McDonald, actually. She'll be cranky. Joyce over it. Gets the hands through brilliantly to a Newcastle City teammate, McDonald. Such good football. Pearce, Corin Parker. Pearce underneath, almost nutmegs herself. Ball comes out. Out towards Arizona. Gets a handball out, looking for Astley. Almost could have been ping for holding the ball there, Zona. There's a push in the back, not paid. Soccers the ball off the ground. Holland will look for hands, I reckon. Steps inside. Finds Thompson. Puts it back into the forward line. Where are the marking contest? Gemma bundled out of it. How? That's a free kick, Gemma Astley, I reckon, for being bundled out of that contest, and is. Lucas, after this kick, I'll have a score update, please, for our viewers. He's smiling, so obviously Collingwood are going along well. Gemma Astley from almost the same spot she kicked a goal from in the start of the game, within 60 seconds. Astley 30 out. Think she's, I'm not sure. Point. 9-14-68, two straight 12 South Coast. Quick updates, MCG.
Collingwood leading by 39 points, David, and Brisbane leading by 13 late in the third.
Late in the third, thank you. Collingwood home.
And that's 21 minutes into the last.
So that must have been the 13:45 first game.
It was.
Thank you. Comes wide. Looking here for O'Leary. Ball out of bounds.
It's a touch. So that would be a throw-in just inside the forward 50.
Yes, because that one was kicked inside the box.
Yes. Which you don't see very often anymore.
No, you don't.
Which is, as you're saying, to a correct rule move, a smart one as well.
Yeah. Good tackle. Out of there comes O'Leary. I'd like to know how she disposed of that footy. McDonald just nicks it. Pittman gets the kick smothered. Allen, who I think's been really good today. Big, tall, 6'1", 6'2 player. Good springs. Oh, well done, Joyce. Dumps the ball forward. Howe down low. Ives is on her own out there if they can get a handball to her. There she is. Rebecca Ives. Is that going to curve back? Touched. Oh, marked. Great mark right in defence. Yeah, Astley's got to come back to... Thank you, Lucas Holmes. Astley must come back to the... Lucas is sitting there going, come back, come back. Lucas Holmes, the 50-metre penalty in hand today. He's laughing now because he knows he gave about 5.
3, I think, from memory.
Thompson, I think you might be underselling yourself there, Louis. Yeah, Gaskin tapping it forward. Thompson trying not to offend, doesn't. South Coast obviously not playing bad footy at the moment. Sosai, they're desperate and they're just they're bringing Hunter Central Coast back down to playing packed footy. Not letting them get open.
They've just allowed themselves some more time in the ball, getting their continuity in their ball movement, and that was a problem in their first quarter with that lack of continuity in their ball movement. Their forward structure was almost non-existent, which didn't allow them to get past their sort of the half-forward line.
Holland beaten by the bounce. Coming wide, good tackle from Rosie Yates. McDonald looks for Joyce, who's a natural lefty. McDonald's smart enough to know that too. Matisse Corin Parker can't quite hold the footy. Joyce coming forward again, needs to get hands out, does. Matisse Corin Parker gets it forward, hot spot. Should be an easy mark, and is. Just can't see the number at the moment, sorry.
Ross has got to move.
Wide towards Corin Parker in 9. Almost a mark against Weir in 6. Pittman in and under again. Geez, hard inside there. They're making a real contest. I'm most impressed with South Coast. They're having a real crack this quarter. Chance, ball's gone long. There's Chan, natural lefty. Ronan Yates rooting it. She brilliantly did at Ferradale in the Newcastles. Oh, dragged out of that. Fairly, the umpires say, play on. Thompson leading the way with Chan. Thompson a bit too strong through the hips, pushes her off it. Ball comes out, got to get a kick. Ives gets it forward, 45, that's gone. Emma Jane's got the pickup of this one. Goes with a check side kick. In fact, it doesn't end up that way. It gets out towards McDonald, and that's dangerous. She might step left here, does she? No, she goes to the handball. Unselfish, looks for Pittman. Pittman's a good user normally when she's got space. Oh, good mark, actually. That's a mark. Not paid, so it must have been touched by Emma Jane Howe. I think that's 9, is it? No, 19. Well done, Lydiard. Good contest. 15 and almost 16 minutes gone. 68-12. 56 points of difference in favour of the Hunter Central Coast. Rebecca Ives taps it down to Howe, who was roving that. Holland slices it slightly. Vandervoort can't pick it up. Burns. Vandervoort's a good tackler. She's in trouble, Sarah Burns. She's got to tap that out. Should have been a free kick, Vandervoort, I thought. Wilson in there in 24. Ives, who's been very lively today, clearly shaken off that ankle injury from last year. Ball comes forward from Burns. Gemma Astley, big contest there. Very courageous work by Gibson, putting herself in the favour of a much bigger player in Gemma Astley. Lights are on here by the look of the above my head. Sosai. Ball goes forward. This is where South Coast can counter. Tapped backwards by Ronan Yates is dangerous. Booth puts a tackle on and throwing, is it? Yeah, paid by the umpire. So, yes, I was right. The lights are on. I could just see it above the screen. That's 50 metres. That play, oh no, it wasn't. She had a Hunter Central Coast player in a way. Good mark up, Page.
And just spotted something on the outside field of play here, David. Dowes was injured in that high sling tackle here early in the quarter, and she's down on the boundary side speaking freely, so that looks like she's recovered fairly well. It still has the boots on, so good. Possibly could return to play.
Astley goes straight through Route 1 football. Corin Parker, good tackle, Emma Jane. Matisse has got the football here. Emma Jane comes back. Can she use her left to kick a goal? Misses off to the left. Stats Baldwin says it's behind. 9. Now, they were 9-7 or 9-8. 9-15-69. Coaches won't be pleased with bad kicking's bad footy, Louis. AFL South Coast 2 straight. 57 points of difference. 7.5 minutes gone, third quarter. Here at Pasterfield. Men's game to follow straight after. Kelleher, Astley. In there's Chan, taps it back from whence it came. Chan another chance. In and under was Kellett. Chan again. Taps it out. They're under enormous pressure here. That was Lydiard. Page a chance. Can she find someone back door? No, she can't. Good tackle. Real good tackle made there by Hogan. Who I think for Fremantle's been one of the most disappointing draft picks in the last 5 years. Hogan, I reckon he's not what he's made up to be. We'll see how he goes. Ashley a chance to thump it forward. Now, Emma Jane's got to stay down and rove. She does, but well-read Weir, who's been solid in defence. Megan McDonald leaving the way. She's usually a very good and creative thinker. Beautiful work, Megan McDonald. Rebecca Ives gives the thumbs up. That's a lovely pass. As we were saying earlier, when she's got time, she's deadly, Megan McDonald.
Lowered her eyes. She could have easily blazed away and gone to the top of the square as Ives chips again short.
To Burns. Chan coming wide. Left foots it, gets it 40 metres down the line. Reading it best was Page, off to a Kalani Bell teammate Kelleher. Jocelyn whacks it forward. Gemma Astley's in front, should take a chest mark and does. When Gemma's playing in sides like this, she is a weapon, Lucas.
So those one-on-one contests, as we were talking about before, very strong player, easily can legally get players out of the way. Astley just pulls that to the left again.
Profligate shooting, 9-16-70. 30 seconds left this quarter. AFL South Coast 2 straight 12. But you look at her core, Lucas, she's just so strong and knows how to use her body to eat them. She can whack them. McDonald sitting there underneath that one, courageously falls back. Oh, great tackle, Caitlin Holland on Phillips, who's been good today. And that is three-quarter time. AFL HGC 9-16-70, AFL South Coast 2 straight 12. We'll be back with you in a couple of minutes' time for the last quarter of this women's representative fixture. with you for the last quarter here of this women's representative fixture. South Coast had a very good quarter. They were almost a lot of the plays up in the Hunter Central Coast
Attacking
forward,
half.
that's right, and not finishing well. But no, good work at AFL South Coast. Got to give them credit, and they'll be using this like our girls have. When we go down there next year, they're going to be 5, 6, 7 better goals high. You put 5 or 6 goals better on that, and it starts to become a very, very good game of football.
Especially the way they've shot in front of goal.
Yeah. While we got you here, Lucas Holmes and I will be privileged to call Cardiff and Newcastle City in 2 games of football back here at Pasterfield, 7 days' time, with our man Kendall Clawson, 12 o'clock and 2 o'clock next week. Cardiff and Newcastle City. The women's game will be a cracker. It's a real good test for City. And then the men's is going to be, I think it could be a preliminary final curtain raiser. It's going to be a curtain, what's the word? Rehearsal. That's the word, rehearsal. So real chance there. Cannot wait. Lucas, as I said, will be doing Warners Bay and Maitland, I believe, down the road. And I will be there early on doing club duties and come across here to Pasterfield. Those lights starting to take effect. It is still the most beautiful day here in Newcastle. Well, Lake Macquarie, but it is Newcastle. And Louis, the men's game's going to be a cracker. It's going to be so exciting.
It will be interesting to watch, David. That's for sure. Having seen the way that AFL Canberra basically dismantled our side last year, very comprehensive performance. AFL Canberra, but our boys did a fairly good job, but AFL Canberra's too strong in the end. But
70 points, but the majority of those were scored in the first half. When Andrew Scott was taken and put into, he was loose, he was in defence. As soon as he went into the centre, he changed the balance of the game because AFL HCC, 2 things happened. Ustav figured out a way to beat Gigantor in the ruck.
Yep. And
Scott got his first hands on the ball, and the whole game changed its direction to a certain extent.
Yep.
And it'll be interesting to see both of those players playing. But Ustav, in the middle of what would be an Elliot Davey medal season, that big man was 6'10". He made me look short.
Big guy.
But once Ustav jumped away from him and didn't go body, he had a real show. And Ustav's playing great football. He's been almost the best football for 18 months in our league.
Speaking of ruckman, there's about 3 or 4 specialist ruckmen named in this side, David.
Indeed. Toss will play. It looks like Toscan is going to start back. Barton perhaps in the centre. Ustav as well. And Delure can go in as well, Lucas Holmes.
So can Cam Keast as well.
Yes. Ives, and poor throw, and suits Ives, beats Allen. Simpson, kicks it out towards Kelleher. Well-read Kellett, who's been okay today. Not shamed in any way, South Coast. Sosai, who I've liked, gets a lot of in and under. Reckon she might have played a bit as a junior. She's got a bit of talent. Cross, intercepts that ball. Lovely tackle. Arizona's got a chance here. Gets a handball out to Rosie Yates. And that's gone, not paid. Pittman, they're tackling very hard. One thing they have done today is tackle really well.
And they're in that passage to play. Dowser's back out on the ground as well, David.
It's great to see. It was a poor tackle, to be honest with you. Ball kicks out. It was accidental, but still poor. You've got a responsibility when you're tackling someone, haven't you, Lucas, under our modern rules?
You have.
Bowen, who's hardly got a touch today. She's been sitting there having probably a cup of coffee at some stage. She's had almost no work. And she is such a good long kick. Goes long, does M. Almost a mark there picked up anyway by Allen. Gets it forward. Rosie Yates trying to interfere. Bowen, another kick. 2 kicks in 30 seconds. She'll start thinking she's got leather poisoning. Emma Jane Howe's got great hands today. Ives gets the hands free. Off to the prime mover, Megan McDonald. 1 bounce. Goes straight down the spine. Dangerous play. Where are the Rovers? Ross is forced into Rove this time. Coram Parker, interesting, Lucas, stays on her feet. Now they get her to ground. And umpire says mine. Subway Morris would have given Megan McDonald's going to be right at the top of that list. You can see the difference it makes it being part of the Giants program, can't you?
Sure can, David. Ives has been also very serviceable.
Oh, yes. Well done there by Gibson. Ives a handball off Matisse. Emma Jane's got a chance there. She's got time. Beautifully worked South Coast. Really good smother there from Weir. That might be out of bounds of the fall. It is. And the closest person looks like Jocelyn Kelleher, who from that distance is not without a chance. Where is the mark? Well, it must have been touched.
Touched
Surely,
the boot, yeah.
Okay, yes, sorry, I misread that. My apologies. I
There's
swore
a bit
that was out of bounds.
confusion out here as well, actually.
Yeah, I'm not the only one, which is nice to see. I'm often confused, Lucas. Ives tried to grab the ball, misses. Picked up by Sosai again. Simpson. Oh, lovely contested mark, Molly Simpson. She's got very good hands. When she watches the ball, she's dangerous. Goes wide. Ives. Over there, that's Corin Parker. Kelleher. Chan, who's got a couple of touches today. She's gone all right. Slightly built player, Chan, but she's got a nice left foot and seems to have good balance, Lucas.
She does, David.
God, this is a beautiful place, this pasta field. Well done, Lake Macquarie Council. It's a great spot, this is. Ives again tries to grab it out. Pittman at her feet where she belongs. Left foots it out. In front, Burns almost takes a mark above her head. Corin Parker taps it out. Arizona's a chance. Gets a handball out to no one in particular, almost to herself. And that's out of bounds. This is such a great place to call and to be at, isn't it, Louis? It's a real credit to them.
It sure is, David. Said Lake Macquarie Council, great home for the Carter Footy Club for hopefully years and years to come.
I would have thought 50.
And the home for the league as well, almost.
Burns and cricket, Lucas, and other sports, and its community centre have done it well.
Netball, playground, skate park, it's all here.
Yep, in a growing community. They've done a wonderful job. I'm looking forward to spending time here in both summer and winter, I can assure you. Looking forward to being here next week. And then Adelaide Street the week after, where we also love being. It's a great atmosphere for watch footy at Adelaide Street. Burns, nutmegged. Park has a chance. Gets smothered. Morgan Ross, can she get it on left? That's a check side kick and touched, I reckon. Yeah, it was. Well done in defence. 59 points of difference. Hunter Central Coast. Kelleher goes to ground with Chan. Well bumped out of the way, Bohan, who's come up for a run on the ball. Goes to ground, gets hands out. She's so strong, Emily Bohan. Kelleher should go soccer, does. In there's Phillips in 16. Hands out Chan. Can't get it out. That's, I think, out by Weir in 6. Mark Molly Simpson, who's got a lot of... She's been in the top 4 or 5 today as well. Short, driving ball, misses. Pearce tries to use strength effectively. And yet another behind. I reckon that's 8 in a row. 9-18-72, 2 straight 12, 60 points the difference. Be a hell of a lot different result off as 18-9. Ball goes wide. Looks like a lovely kick, but it falls short. Ball comes out. 1-2 handball. Simpson misses with Arizona. Arizona butters up for more. Puts it on the speed and goes straight down the middle. Burns is underneath it. Where are the Rovers? Emma Jane was up there, so she couldn't be roving. Pittman on the outside. McDonald on the outside. 1 or 2 of them's got to stand up. Ball comes to McDonald. Now worked off her feet. Cleverly. Pittman puts a tackle on. Can't stop the ball getting out. Ives at the back. Well done in there. Well done in there, Kellett. Well done, Bridget Kellett. That's outstanding. How you got it out there, I don't know. Wilkes on the outside. Ronan Yates, that's a pushover. Should be a free kick to Hicks, and is. Chance here, they've got open pasture. Pagan's paddock on, and away they go, South Coast. Mark taken by Gaskin. Should move it more quickly than that. That's over the mark. Should be 50, unless there was play on called. Over the shoulder, I thought, against Simpson, not paid. Jocelyn clears the area briefly. Ronan Yates chasing. Kimberly Chan. Ronan Yates staying on her feet. Hello, Corey Devil, if you're watching. Kelleher down the line. That might just bounce in. It does. Oh, no. Whew. I'd love to see a replay. I reckon that bounce inside. Anyway, out of bounds on the full. All over at the Melbourne Cricket Ground, Lucas James.
All over.
And Gabba shortly, please, as well. 72-12. And they're home. If that's the right score, I'll let you worry about that. 5-player contest. Ronan Yates will get hands off to Kelleher, who does not stop running. Got to get rid of the football. Does. Should be a mark to Alexandra, who's got lovely hands. Handball's off. Ives. Wyong Lake's teammates, of course. Rebecca's had an outstanding game today. Almost gets Ross on the full. Emma Jane roving where she needs to be. Tackle. There's trouble. Wilson's had an eternity to get rid of that. That's as long as some of Bill Shorten's election speeches. Gracious me. Watson gets it out. Wilson. McDonald, who's been absolutely outstanding today. Oh, good mark. Just for once. Emma Jane looks with a glowering look, and Weir picks that ball up.
And dropped back in the hole. That was a superb job.
Page. That's almost a mark, not paid. Chan in there. Phillips. Oh, that's almost a throw. Amy Pittman take a freak. Oh, what's that for? I swear that was a legal tackle. I swear blind. Anyway, away we go. You're allowed to grab their arm when they've got the footy. Joyce out of bounds next to the South Coast hut. Warner's Bay Macca's over there. 7.5 gone. AFL HCC up by 60. If I say H, my mother will shoot me. I'll leave that to Lucas. Chan over the back to Joyce. She'll want a left. Gets the arms free. Very well done. Out of trouble. Page. Kanisha Murray running. That's a trip and should be paid. Cross has got to stay on her feet. Does. Gets the ball going forward. Corin Parker. Dumps it forward. Alexandra's in. No, that's Ross and should be a free kick. Anyway, it's a mark. Ross should look to move it quickly. Does. Emma Jane's in front. Ball just actually falls Mitchell. Gemma Ashley's on out the back. And Morgan Ross misses up. 9-19-73. And AFL South goes 2 straight 12. 8.5 gone last quarter. South Coast have been excellent in the second half. They really have. And they've got parity. Thumping kick out towards Kellett in 7. Oh, great mark. Ash Page. Lovely mark above her head. Emma Jane's in there. She goes down the spine. Gemma Ashley. Oh, good mark. Really good, gutsy mark. But the delivery comes straight back to Megan McDonald. Not the wisest thing to do. Now, McDonald's not a long kick, Louis. Ashley's floating on the right. Kicks at 45 from Arizona. Beautiful spot. This will test Arizona for distance. She's actually a straightish kick. Lovely delivery, McDonald. Arizona with some of the artwork on that shoulder. Does test it for distance. Right to the line. Where are the Rovers? Howe tries to soccer it through. Pierce, Howe again. That's a goal. Touched. Good call, Lucas Holmes. 9 goals at 20. That's right. 9-20-74. South Coast 2 straight 12. Sam Zicklin's not far away. Wilson, who's got a thumping right foot, which is why she's at fullback. Goes long. That's gone 45-50. Out towards Gaskin. Kanisha Murray in 15. Good tackle, Molly Simpson. And Robertson this time has made the right decision, no opportunity. Sosai, who I've been impressed with, Lucas, gets it in and under. Yep. Hard player. Good look at the solid work in the core there. She's not going to get knocked off the ball easily. Well done, Alan, who I think's been excellent. Megan McDonald, BOG for me. Arizona gets the ball forward. Gemma Ashley 1-on-2. Chan's got a chance to get rid of it. Gemma just arrives too late. Well done, Chan. Lovely ball. Got to make a tackle there, Bowhead. Too fast for Phillips. They should have Pagan's paddock on. It's 1-on-1. Booth at the back. That's almost a professional push in the back. The umpire said that's mine. Why that is mine, I do not know. That ball had come free. Anyway, fair enough. Ives coming in now. On the left, Allen. Ives gets there in front. Down to Simpson. Molly's fitness will come to play here. McDonald's got time. Needs it. Good smother. Good shepherd, Kanisha Murray. And a superb delivery, McDonald. Sarah Burns should go. Morgan Ross needs to turn around. She has now. She's not in front, though. And Wilson, Morgan Ross chose the wrong time to turn around and go backwards. Wilson, who's I've been quite impressed with today. Another big, strong player with a thumping right foot. However, this one goes straight down the throat of Emma Jane Howe. He's got a lot of touches as a small forward. Goes square, average kick. Luxa Fortune finds the outstanding Alexandra Pierce. Alexandra goes forward. Molly Simpson's got this. Lovely mark above her head. And Simpson's got a chance of kicking a goal here. 20 metres out. And I'll tell you what, Hunter Central Coast haven't kicked a goal in a long time. I could have been driven home by the time the difference is taken. Simpson needs to kick the goal. And it's a shocking kick. That ball's got its own directional magnet in, I'd suggest. 9-21-75, Lucas James Holmes.
Thank you.
To 2 straight 12.
Wilson. Is that Wilson this time will bring the ball in. She's going to this near side to us. It's a ball over the head of Chan. As it's got to be touched, it is. And off the hands of Kellett, looking for Chan. The ball will be thrown in just outside forward 50 here to the attacking end of AFL Hunter Central Coast. Likewise, David, I've also been impressed with Michaela Allen in the ruck.
Yep.
Wasn't in there at that time. There's Pittman. Pittman wants to run around on the right. Can't quite get there. Left. Mark's not paid. Ball's cleared out here. Great work playing. And Shepherd too. Well done, AFL South Coast. However, there's a lot of room here in the back half as Joyce will run around onto a trusty left. Does so. Goes to the outer side. Simpson. One great bump off the ball as well. Well done.
Alexandra.
Pierce. Well done. Ball's in forward 50 here. There's Howe sniping on a right. Gets knocked off the ball. No, not quite prior opportunity. Thumbing high ball inside forward 50. At the front, Ross. But Burns did very well to isolate the one-on-one, and then Ross came in from the side.
That is a really good pickup, seeing as you're watching the play. I saw that. I'm thinking, Sarah just stayed down. That's what the AFL players do, and she created space for Morgan Rice. Subtle and clever. Great work there, really clever. Molly Simpson flying in. As you called, Alexandra's excellent shepherd set up the whole play. Rice must kick this goal. Simple as that. No excuses, 15 metres out.
And there we go.
Morgan Ross's first today. It's great to see her back out there after what we thought was a serious knee injury. Hunter Central Coast 10, 21, 81. AFL South Coast 2, straight 12. Well, commentator Lucas, your turn, mate.
Thank you.
Good job, pal. Yes, Burns has just kept her players out of it. Morgan Ross a nice, easy runner. And Morgan Ross, to credit, good overhead mark.
Yep.
So, sun almost gone here at Pasterfield. It is 4:39 in the afternoon. We've got about 6 minutes left. And we'll have a short break. And then Lucas and I will be back for the men's fixture, which will be a cracker. Can't wait for that one. Kanisha Murray back on the ball. Rebecca Ives has been the top 5 players on the ground. She's been terrific today. And I've been impressed with their rucks. Allen and this player, Phillips, she's gone okay. She's got a good jump. Lovely, really lean figure.
Another 2-leg jump as well.
I wonder if they're both... But Murray's a basketballer. Kelleher, who's been very good, and for mine, I reckon she's one of the premium midfielders in the entire league, Jocelyn Kelleher. And it's good to see her go well at league level.
See, very strong side to the Killarney Vale having the women's side. Well represented today, along with their Central Coast rivals in Wyong.
Yep. Megan Jenkins must have been unlucky not to be picked, but there's always people unlucky to be picked, isn't there, Louis? Thompson so. At the back. That's a lovely mark, Talia. Called to play on. Comes wide. And there's space here for Kelleher. Just see if there's anyone else. Burns. Lovely step, Sarah Burns. Steps inside. Goes off the right, trying to find Emma Jane, who should turn on the speed. Slung out of it. And gets up and gives her the glare. And the opposite number in Weir just says, sorry, mate. And the way they go. Emma Jane can handle herself. Don't worry about that. Gemma Astley should have taken that. She was actually interfered with by Cross accidentally. Arizona, that's a very good tackle, Arizona. Another good tackle in there. They're really tackling hard right at the end. Howe shows their fitness. Howe. Over it. She could be in trouble. No, Wilson. Almost stripped. Good tackle, Zona. Almost paid again, Gemma. Hard football. They're letting it go. Fair enough. Just be consistent. And Zona's in and under, and they at least let that football go. I got no complaints. They let him play, Lucas Holmes. Well umpired. That might be umpire Spain. Is that the South Coast umpire? He actually let that go. He's been impressive today. Haven't noticed him, which is good. Double hand tap out Murray. Alexandra can't pick it up. Thumped out of it, Burns. Yeah, Burns is struggling there. Almost downfield. Kate Holland in front. Good grab. Such a lovely young woman, as well as being an outstanding football, Caroline. She's such a nice person. And Emma Jane, who's run amok today. She's had a lot of touches. And played football for a long time, Emma Jane Howe, for her beloved Lake Macquarie when they were the Crows and so forth. Now with the Dockers, of course. Emma Jane, this will test her for distance. She's going to be 38-40 out when she kicks. Gets it up in the air. It's going to fall short. Morgan Ross in front. Good work, Wilson. Where are the Rovers? If there was one criticism of the forward line today, when Emma Jane has been in the play, when she hasn't been at the feet, there's one Rover short. Murray taps it back to her. That is very clever, Kanisha Murray. She knew what she was doing.
Double-handed over the shoulder as well.
That's a basketball tap out. Brilliant. Morgan Ross, the second of the quarter. HCC take a bow, Kanisha Murray. That is wickedly clever. 11-21-87. AFL South Coast 2 straight 12. You were right there. Lovely tap when it was just deliberate. You knew what she was doing. Again, I'm looking forward to calling rep footy next year. Lucas, is he's off somewhere. Lucas being asked how much time's left. 2.5 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. 2.5. Phillips again, a real athlete. Got a very fit and got an excellent leap. Murray, who's Murray and Ives are going to be so dangerous in the finals when one race get Pittman, who's been okay today, but she's had a lot of work in and under by other players. They've done very well on her. I think she's not stopped trying. Great tackle, Sarah Burns, and the umpire again letting play go. Fair enough. Arizona cuts it off. 45 out. Too far out. The scorers there. Hunter Central Coast are warming up in the background. The men's. Now, Ashley can kick it, as we saw in the grand final Lucas Holmes a few years ago.
He did. It was great smother to begin with there. Couldn't quite catch the number of the AFL South Coast play, but AFL Hunter Central Coast had a player at the back as well. It was 2-on-1.
Gemma wants to really hit this. You can see it in it. Just falls short. Ross at the back. Wilson plucks it out of thin air. Wow. Goes wide, long. Over there is Pittman and over there is Sosai. Two good players today. Amy chasing. Good tackle and gets her. That was the 360, not paid. Allen, that might be out of bounds in the full. It was. So that it looks confusing out there. There's the line now. And there's a couple of wide areas out there. You just get confused. You can see the witches' hats or the cones for the players warming up the background. Talia Thompson, newly a late Macquarie Docker Lucas Holmes.
Indeed.
Gemma gets the ball, thumps it forward long. Morgan Ross in front. Wilson's had that's been a really good battle. And Morgan Ross wasn't in front and Wilson picked her off. Reckon she might have played some basketball on time. She's a big, strong player. Lovely work. Mark should have been taken. That's Page in and under. You can tell by the hair. Thompson at the back. Again, you can tell by the hair. Out the ball comes to Hicks. Alexandra's in there. Caitlin Holland's in there. There's about 67 players around it. Kate Holland gets it out. Smothered brilliantly. Talia Thompson gets it out. This time not smothered. In front, Matisse Coram Parker gets a handball out. Kanisha Murray goes in correctly. Avoids head contact. Chan at the back. Arizona needs to give that off to Gemma. Here comes Gemma now. A chance. Can she finish? Yep. Gemma Ashley, a lovely clinical finish. She may even kick the first and last goals of this game. In fact, she will. 12-21-93. And AFL South Coast 2 straight. Full time. Really good game of representative football. AFL HCC 12-21-93. AFL South Coast 2 goals 12. So, multiple goal kickers. Gemma, Rebecca Ives, the big bird, Morgan Ross and Arizona Cross 2 each. And 2 goals to Nicholas Smythe. Lucas Holmes, for mine, clearly Megan McDonald, the best player on the ground.
Yeah, I think you can narrow it. There was probably 3 or 4 good players in the end for AFL Hunter Central Coast in particular, David, but probably the 2 you probably narrow it down to would be Molly Simpson, I think, and Megan McDonald. But in my opinion as well, clearly Megan McDonald being the better player on the ground in the day.
And there's a lot of people down the South Coast watching us today. Wilson had a very good game. I was impressed with Soso and the 2 rucks. Allen and Phillips had a real crack.
Vandervoort down the back as well.
Did well. On behalf of Lucas Holmes, it's been a pleasure bringing you representing football once again. We'll have a 5 or 6 minute break, charge up the batteries and get ready for our men's game at 5 minutes to 5. Back with you shortly.